Alrighty, so welcome, hi, this is Kim Pinkney, and welcome back to my channel. This is 36 part 2. I just got like super frustrated and just like moved a shit ton of stuff to my cloud, and it just finally finished. So I decided I was going to find, and just redraw this particular image. It was a nice start, but I think I got a better one. And what I did on the other video, I mean, it just kept crashing, and I couldn't figure out why. I just kind of gave up. So I'm going to go ahead and try again, and I'm going to use a little bit of my, oops, now it works, see, son of a bitch. Okay, alright. Favorites, soft brush, bring that down to the ground, and then I wanted to try to challenge myself to draw without the construction lines, but you know, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some construction lines, so I kind of have an area that I'm going to be working with. So about like right here is where her eyes are going to be, her nose is going to be about right here, and mouth is going to be right here. Now this particular part of the story, Derek had to get, he was desperate to get someone to sleep with him to take his nightmares. And big beating could change his future. It's going to happen, and he needs to get a good night's sleep. So he calls a call girl, and this special person appears. And Derek's already, by this time, Derek has already gone through the decent girl population, I guess you can say, the girls that he knew, and this is the fastest way to get someone to come over without having to go out to a bar or anything like that. The only thing is that she was late, and that really pissed him off. So to show that, and this kind of evolved on its own. If you guys have already caught this one, I'm not going to, bore you with the replay. I'm going to probably draw some of it over again. But as I was drawing it, as I was drawing the thumbnails, because the story is basically he got a call girl to come over for 8 hours so he can get a good night's sleep, and she was attacked by the monster and gone the next day. And he had to figure out a way to keep her there without her leaving with his money, that kind of thing. The transaction has to go smoothly. So he decided to install a, actually, I could talk about it as it's going. So let's see, video, replay. Okay, so first thing I did is I had gotten a template that had the 5 panels, because I thought I have to have 30 panels for this contest. So this picture would have been like, do you agree to come in here for 8 hours? The money's going to be put in here, and then we would have had like, yes, I agree. But then it's like, wait a minute, what if he puts this up and she's late, and that gives me an excuse to hog up all the blankets on his side, and with her, complaining about like, who does this shit? So she's on her little cell phone doing her thing, and then she sees him get a boner. So she takes a picture of him with a boner, looks and sees that there's a monster forming in the background of the picture. And then when she turns around to see what the hell that is, she sees the monster hovering over his head. So I had drawn all that, and then I did a follow-up of when he wakes up. So basically I'm going to go ahead and finish these last 3 because there's another image that'll appear. I thought there was just like way too much white space. So I threw more of a full-size broken image on the side here. Just kind of turning around and looking over his shoulder going, what? Or she hears this grrr and then it's like, shit. So what I didn't know, or what I forgot, was that if you enlarge the picture from the thumbnails and it falls off of this canvas, it's gone forever. So I didn't realize that until I was like, oh snap, it's gone. But luckily I had already uploaded this thumbnail to my computer, so I still have the pictures that I needed, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. But it's funny how you have one idea and you think this is where you're going to go, and then when you start to draw it, it evolves. So like right now I'm working on this short story comic, but also on Sundays I'm working on another comic for another writer, and he writes like I did. Like basically you write kind of like what you want as a script, and then you'll have your artist kind of interpret what your script is saying. Well, with me, I take it to a whole nother level. I take what his script is saying, but I have to add the details around it. Like there's a part in his story where it's kind of like a flashback type of art where his character goes back to school. And to stay consistent with him, I want to know what school this is. I want to know what the mascot is. I want to know what the school colors are. And it's a lot to put on a writer who's like, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, this is the person, but he doesn't have what they look like. He just has, this is the person. He has a rough idea what they look like, but that's not the most important thing. The story and the plot, everything, all that is the most important to him. But for me, I need to be able to show what he's thinking and tell it visually without having exposition all over the gosh darn place. So when I write, I don't have all that exposition. I don't have all those descriptions, like she's wearing pink panties that say money makes me wet or money makes me moist, which is what these panties say before they got pixelated. We gotta fix that. But basically, and not even this scenario. The only thing that I had in my story was basically that he got a hooker and then she was gone the next day. He doesn't know what the hell happened to her. He was just pissed that, not even pissed, just had a hooker, used her, went through her as fast as he could, never touched her, just needed to get some sleep. But this evolved. My thumbnails evolved to what if she was late. So it kind of tells, instead of having multiple panels telling her there's refreshments in the bathroom fridge, or keeping from having to draw the entire house, or having a hooker wander through his house, robbing him blind while he's asleep, I had to figure out how to problem solve. So what I had him do is he researched her, the call girls, booked a shit ton of appointments, and set up a thing where they only come through like maybe the kitchen or something like that. They enter his bedroom, or maybe I'll set it up so that his bedroom is leading to the outside, so they don't even have to go through the kitchen or anything. They just go right from the outside to his bedroom and then out the frickin' door again once this thing is done. So basically that's what I kind of had set up. So I'm going to have to set up his house so that, he can go right outside from his bedroom if he wanted to. He's got a bathroom that connects to it, and then I had to improvise because I decided to make him mad. I wanted to be able to say as much as I could in as few panels as possible, because I got a shit ton of stuff to draw, but the story still has to progress. So basically he's like, you're late, and that would give me a reason for him being pissed. And then I have this already set up for him. and it's just pretty much a lock on the door with a little time lapse. It'll unlock the money when the time's open, and then it will pull back the latch for the door. So he's still kind of polite, but he's still pissed regardless. So I like breaking borders, and this is the reason why I like breaking borders, because I wanted to kind of be funny, where it had money makes me moist on her underwear, thinking that she's all cute and stuff. But with him, he's like icy. He's like really pissed. It's like, you're late, the mini fridge is in the bathroom over there, don't touch anything, So she's like, seriously, what kind of freak puts a time lock on a bedroom door? Like maybe he's like one of those super regulars or something like that. Who knows? So she's talking on Facebook to her friend, and she's like, oh snap, wait, he's turning over or something like that. I don't know. So she's talking, and then with her being late, he decides he's going to hog all the blankets. So no love for Liz. He's like, I don't have time for this shit. I don't have time to have sex. I don't, so he just rolls over and goes to sleep. And she's like, look at this mess. Now I can imagine her leaving her jacket somewhere, but I'm like, whatever. I was thinking maybe she left it outside the door and he took all the blankets. But anyway, so she's on Facebook talking crap, and then she notices that he's got a boner. And I gotta redraw all this. Either trace it for my daughter so that she can color it her way, or just kind of deal with it. But it looks kind of cheesy the way it is. So anyway, I've got her trying to look cute, taking a picture with his boner. And that's these 3 pictures here. I did some of it on screen, and then some of it I did when I had some free time. But I'm going to go ahead and zip through this so I can get to drawing. I only have like an hour. Let's see if I can get this to move. There we go. So first I was going to have her like gesture like she's squeezing his dick. Squeezing the bulge. And now that we've got that, what's it called? Now that we've got that idea that the stuff is emanating from him, I'm going to put stuff coming out and kind of emanating from him. And then I like her cell phone. It has like where the camera is, it has like an eyeball, and then it says bitch across it. Yeah, my drawing skills have gotten so much better. Okay, so I decided not to make her too tacky, and I took away her hand, but I still think it's a good idea to have that. Okay, so I kind of left it off without having his hand over his head, but I think I want to put it back over his head. I thought that was kind of hot. Okay, so anyway. Let's go back, and that's where we are today. Little slightly out of sequence because these are the more I think these are the more interesting panels. So I need to get as thin as possible for our eyelash. See, I was going to do one eyebrow up and the other one down. So I'm going to open this up just a bit. And then bring this one down a bit. But yeah, Kim Kardashian is the inspiration. It's not her, it's just the inspiration. All right, let's see. You know, I'm thinking my construction lines sometimes are just a crutch for me. Um, Sometimes, you know, just, but then again, it helps, keeps me focused. I'm gonna give her more forehead because her features are a little bigger. Actually, no, I won't. Let me do this. Make sure I'm on the right layer for once. There we go. And I'm going to select my features. Oops, I need freehand. Select my features. And I'm just going to make them a little smaller. Oops, it's warping it. Let's see, is that... slide it over a bit. Yeah, I think I just want to give it a little bit more forehead. Make sure. Bring it down just a little more. There we go. Good enough for government work. Alright. So the way I color, I go ahead and make a selection so I can do the base tone. It doesn't have to be perfect because you know, the shadows and whatnot will take up some of the stuff here. I'll keep adding until okay. And then select the brush, and since I've already got my source image here, I'll take the lightest part here, fill that, and then I'm using like different browns, peaches, and whatnot like that. I'll do the same thing. I was on point with those eyelashes. Look at that. Alright. So let's see if we can make magic happen twice. Alright, so I have a choice. I can either leave things the way they are right here, but it's like, it's really weird to see the little lines here. I'll see if I can work around that. So now, oops, be careful of that. I need to move her hair some too, but that can wait. Alright, so I'm going to use a little color pick. Let's say the brightest part of that peach. Kind of soften this, bring this down to like 25. And then just go ahead and start painting. I'm going to bring this down a little further. And just keep tapping until I get to the tone that I want. Okay, so like around her nose has got a different tone, but also I'm going to do a quick color pick right here so I can get the contouring in for her cheeks. And then I'll go for the darker part, that cheekbone, and bring it down a little bit. Okay, we'll throw a little bit of that light color here on the tip of her nose. And we'll put it here. Now she's a combination of like tans and peaches, toning. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of this dark part right here on her nose. I'm going to make that more of what is that called? More of a tone. So instead of erasing it, I'm going to just go ahead and kind of blend it in with what we've got here, since it's all on the same layer. I kind of like to put these on separate layers here, but today I didn't. I got time today because I'm going to go a little bit lighter right here. So I'm going to use a little bit of white, and I'm going to make sure it's nice and diffused, so it's not glaringly white. And these are some of the places that the light catches. Bring this down a little bit. Okay, she's got a really bright spot on her nose right here. There'll probably be another one there, but we'll probably put more color there before we see that. Okay, we'll bring it down again. It's like her face is shiny, but it's not that shiny. This part comes out a little bit. And with this being a little bit more diffused, just kind of making those a little shinier since it's going to be in our face a little bit. Her nostrils. Okay, we're going to use a brown tone for her nostrils, maybe a brownish reddish tone. So maybe right here. Bring that down. I'm still keeping it down at the opacity part because I want to kind of build up the color sometimes. There we go. This is nice and dark, so we can get away with this. Now I'm going to bring it down again, and I'm going to do the outside of her nostrils and bring it down. Your nose, for a woman, you want to kind of keep it soft and just kind of use the tones. And if you paid attention to the sphere thing, where it has like a colored sphere, the hottest part is white, And then as you get away from where the light hits it the hardest, like say you're traveling, going around the ball, because this is all a ball right here, if you can imagine that. And it gets darker as you go down. So this will be like the darkest part for now. We'll bring this in some. We'll just kind of build up those tones. Okay, let's see. Any place else that's using this? And then I use my blender here. What's this called? Smudge brush, or the smudge feature. Now the smudge takes color from one area and pushes it to another area, and that's how I kind of blend. Let's say we'll take a little bit more of that peach tone. Let's see, we might still have it selected. I don't see it. Go back up here. So about like right there. Watch out for that happening. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little brighter. And just add a little bit more to her cheek. Spread it out a little bit. I'm going to diffuse it a little bit more because I'm going to put it in different other places. And I'm tapping very lightly. I'm going over some places that I've already been. We'll come to her eyes in a sec. Just get those contours of those cheeks. Anywhere you see that particular tone, I'm going to go ahead and add this. Like I need to move her hair. So instead of erasing, I'm going to smudge it. That way I don't have a big white gap. And I'm going to take off the selection. Okay, I needed more forehead. I'm going to smudge out from the color. And then I'm going to come back to that peach tone. And I'm going to bring it up here. Bring it around to about here. And then I'm going to use my smudge. Make it a little bigger and then just kind of blend downwards. And then I'll blend upwards again and just kind of work in a circle so that the colors kind of blend in together. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit and just kind of work it on in. Bring it in that way. Yeah, I can't wait to see my daughter's coloring skills. But I didn't think I'd be good at this program, but because I had worked with Photoshop and didn't really know what I was doing. I was coloring with a mouse, and for coloring with a mouse, it just kind of sucked. I was okay at it, but I didn't have the subtleties that I have now. Like I didn't know, using opacity. Well, I did, I guess, use some opacities, but not like to the extent that I've got now. Okay, so here we are so far. I'm going to put a little bit of white in her eyes, maybe a little bit of bluish gray. We'll start off with white first though. I'm just going to go ahead and select the areas that I think will be white. Go down to the add button. And just go ahead and pop that in. And I can go whiter in some places if I need to, but since she's going to be looking down, let's see, I think I gave her an eye color. Nope, I gave her brown. Brown's cool. Add. See, my problem is I get really into what I'm drawing, and then I gotta go to work, and that sucks. It sucks. I mean, it's great having a job, but it's like, but I finally got my groove going. Okay, so the eyes are isolated, so I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this brown on in. Because there's white on it already, it has this idea that it's like, oh, she didn't mean to do that, or she just meant to do it lighter. You know, that sort of thing. So I'll have to go back in. Let's see. We'll change brushes. Make sure you tap twice sometimes. If you don't see the blue, you haven't selected it. Bring that on in. I'll just go ahead and take that whole thing. Keep them consistent. There we go. I'm going to take a little bit of black, or like the deepest, darkest brown. I should still be on the soft brush. I'm just going to come around here. Do this part of the eye. And we'll give it a little bit of extra shadow. We'll do the other one before we switch colors. Because her eye is looking down, you're not going to have the entire eye visible. You're going to have eyelashes covering part of it, and some shadow. Okay, so let's do a little bit darker. We'll go black. Okay, let's do that eyeliner. Let's take that off. Okay, and then bring this all the way down, and then I'm going to do little strands. This is my favorite brush because you can get a lot of versatility in it. I'm going to use a little bit of a lighter brown in her eye, because that's going to catch a little bit of the light down here. And then we'll throw in maybe a little white dot. We'll do it here in this eye. We'll really take a little bit of the brown, and just a little. Put a little bit of the darker tone in there too. So your eyelashes are going to be pretty strong. Okay, so soft brush. Now the soft brush it has, you know, you can get it down to its very, very fine area, to where you can get soft lines. So let me bring this up a bit. Actually, I should have brought it up with that. I should use either white or a light skin tone. I'm going to erase a little bit of it. Actually, let's go ahead and just smudge it. Make it small enough so I can smudge. Bring it up a little bit. Because we don't have that much of the white showing, so I'm going to come in a little bit with brown and give her like eyeliner here. Get a lot because she's looking down. It's like I'm trying to close her eye up a little bit. Well, a lot actually. There we go. And we'll just smudge it. If it's too much, take your eraser and I'll show you what to do so you don't lose the entire thing. But first, let's get the line smudged out. And soften up some of these edges. And just smudge a little bit down this way. Okay, so right here I've got like a lot of area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bottom here and smudge it upwards, or I could take my eraser and bring it down. The brush has to be really low, and then I can tap on it and it makes it a little bit lighter without getting rid of it completely. But I don't want to make it lighter. I like it dark like that. Make sure you keep it round, because this is going around a ball here. Okay, I'm going to smudge up here so the color from her skin will pop down. Yeah, don't erase if you don't have to. And if you don't want to smudge away too much stuff, you can always drop the opacity on your smudge so you don't lose the detail. But it will soften it. Let's see, we'll soften her nose a bit. Okay. We'll soften this too, and just kind of smudge it in with a softer shadow. Okay, so I need to do that over here. Use that smudge tool. I'm coming down to the nose here. I'm going to use a little bit of this tone here. And just kind of give it more shape. Okay, I got a little bit less than a half an hour. Alarm is going to go off in about 30 minutes. So let me hurry up. soften now. And just keep bringing this around. Let's see, I'm going to use another brown here. Bring that down. And on the layer where this is, that's where I'm going to, actually no, I'll stay up here. But what if I don't like it? So I'll put it on this layer. Working. Let me make it a little bigger so I can see it. It's going to crash on me. I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, it's showing here. Oh, is it this? See, it's not showing me. Like a delay or something. Okay, it shows me here. Bring it back. It's not going over her skin. Oh, because it's underneath. Okay, so I'm going to have to bring this above her. Alright. It's about to panic. I'm like, what the hell? Not again. We'll bring this back up. Okay, just to be quick, I'm going to work on this right here. Now that it should work, I'm going to do this. Okay, she had pink. Seriously? Not again. Okay, let's try the other one. Okay, maybe not the flare. There's something I used. I thought I used the glimmer. Oh. Yeah, the black. Let me try something. There we go. Piece of shit. Okay. Then we had some white. Let me bring that down some. A little bit more pink. Maybe a and then we used a cursive style, if I can remember which one I used. Oh my gosh. Nope. Nope. Yep. I think it was a little darker. I think that's about where it was. And then I just need to do the eye. I'm wondering if I can just snag it. I don't feel like drawing it over again. It's got to be on the right layer though. Alright, so we got the important things done. So that means I can get rid of that line. Crashed. I might need to just restart my iPad. This is effing insane. I uninstalled all my games, and I won't, well, all but one. Let's see. Get rid of. See, this is going to cut off down here anyway. Let's see. Let's get back onto there. Just want to have something to show for all our work. Okay, let's see. We didn't really put too much color on beneath here, but we need to. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. Got the soft brush. We'll use the darker brown. Why are you not working? We need to soften that brown. I'll bring that down a bit. I'll just build up those tones. We got 15 minutes. trash truck scared the shit out of me. Okay, so let's see. Need brown hair. Give her plenty of brain. Let's be generous. The brush that I'm using is the fine hair brush, and that's here in the program. Her eyes look a little empty. I need to add more to that. Once I'm done with the hair portion, we'll do some more brown. Now if your hair looks kind of rough like this, go ahead and go to your smudge brush. Choose fine hairbrush or short hairbrush, and then kind of soften it a bit, and just go ahead and you can fill it in. I got a little bit more forehead here than I need, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more. Give her a little bit more in her face here. Usually I like putting the hair on a different layer so I can prevent that from happening. Just want to give her a little bit more cheekbone so it matches my little call girl here. And then I can use the hair to kind of define it. I like how it just went down on the music. Okay, I was gonna say, where's my shit? Should be trying other things. With this one would probably be an easier. I'm almost done with this particular run page. Let's see. I forgot what color her lips were. There we are. We'll grab a little bit of that. Stop. Same thing. I'm going to go ahead and outline these. My alarm's going to go off in 8 minutes. Fill. And then I'm just going to use that same tone, but I'm going to play off of it. So I'm going to bring it down some for the shadows. Okay, now that I'm looking at it, that's about right. Okay. Okay. Use a little bit of the whites. I'm just going to kind of emulate the lips here. Grab this color and go down a little bit. And maybe right here. We'll bring seriously? I don't know what's up. Maybe there's an update that needs to be done. I don't know. It's so frustrating. Okay, I got 4 minutes. We'll use a dark brown for her mouth. Just go ahead and smudge some of this stuff together. There's more white. It's not white. Take you down low. Shit. Alrighty, you guys, I am just about there. Let's see, I might raise her eyebrows up. Let's see. We'll bring her eyes down further. I'm debating whether or not I want to go to the store. If I go to the store, it opens up later, so I can hang out a little longer. Let's see, we'll bring her eyebrows up a little bit. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Yep. She looks a little mannish here. Everything's just a little too squat. I think that'll work. Okay, so to fill in the gap here, make sure your opacity is all the way up. We'll bring that up a bit. And then right here, like right where the edge, oops, everything's gone. Hold up. So it must be my screen mirroring that's also crashing too, because that disappeared. That's freaky. Okay, alright, so when I select to cover up this area here, what a mess. I apologize for this stream, you guys. I don't understand this crap. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bigger, and then I'm just going to kind of fill that in. Because if you smudge, you just get this. You get, you have to cover up that white. So only smudge if you need to bring in some white tones, or just snag everything that's close to that edge before you raised it up. And we'll come back to her cheeks. grab that tone and just kind of fill back in what we had lost. Man, I was booking too. Man, it sucks. Now it's just kind of making it look more like my girl here. Just making some little subtleties here, and then we just kind of smudge it. So I just need to fill in some hair, some horror or rar. Oh, that sucks. Went through all that stuff to remove things from the program or from my iPad, and it still wants to crash. But at least I have less distractions. Let's see. Actually, now I want her eyebrows back down. Now that I'm looking at this one here. Or I'm just going to bring this one down more. Let's see. Let me just take that sample. Make sure that's up. Make sure I'm on the right brush. Fill it in. Let's see, sample a little bit of, put that back here. Am I long enough? It looks like my nose doesn't feel long enough. Let me see, maybe if I bring everything down. Yeah, I think that'll work. Oops, one's getting a little bit out of hand. Let's get back to that tone. Kind of soften it. Crashes on me again. I guess I'm out. All right, you guys. I will see you on the morrow, and hopefully my iPad will stop crashing like a bad dog. Bad dog, bad dog. Okay, so here's where I am so far. She's just about to take a peek over her shoulder at old boy here. Let's see, I think I need to bring this down. Yeah, so I'm going to just compare some of these things here. See if I can make it look more like that, or more of a straighter nose. I could just kidnap her nose. Let's see. Definitely need more tone, more tone. There we go. We'll get a little bit more like her. I need to work on the lips, get them a little bit pinker. And really set. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna fix her jawline here. I'm gonna take that tone with me, mister. Just kind of soften it. Alrighty, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have this done. Then we'll do our fella. There we go. We'll bring, oops. We'll leave that one alone. Nope, we need, no we don't. Yeah, we do. We'll leave that alone. Got that one. Oops. This one. No, this one, and I just want to move these guys over. Oops. I'm supposed to select everybody. Let's see. Merge these together then. And select this. No. Shoot, didn't do what I wanted. I think it's crooked, but it is what it is. Let's see. Well, we'll fix it tomorrow. We don't have time today. Alright, you guys. Thanks for joining me in my crash fest. Still got to fix the hair. Yeah, but it's not a bad start. Just looks cute. Or pissed, one or the other. I don't know. Confused. What I was trying to do is move her cell phone down. This beast here, I wanted to move down here. And then her hand I wanted to move down as well, but I can always see what tomorrow holds. But then again, let's see, hold up. I could put like an ellipse right here. Let's see, what color was her? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, oh, she had white. Okay, no worries. Alright, you guys. I tried to do some work on to finish up the first chapter, but iPad says no. So almost there. I need to count up all the panels. We have 6, I believe, on this one. Yep, there's 6 on this one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, not enough panels. I need to have 36. 10. Or rather just 30. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Close, I'm close. 20, and then I would have had, see, it was 21. Yep, I would have had like 21 panels. I think that's how it is. Well, I'll figure it out later. You guys, thanks again for joining me, and I will see you on tomorrow. Take care, and bye-bye.